Hello, my name is Ilona and today is Monday, April 29th, 2024. I'm going to kind of improvise this week. Of course, the doggies are with me this entire week. And so I'm not going to pay that much attention to everything. I will be on Telegram and I will be making videos when I feel like it, obviously. And last week we had King's Day here in the Netherlands and it was very noisy this weekend. Of course, I already had the doggy, so I really had to get up very early and barely slept. So it's going to be a great week. So I'm quite tired. So there's some things I wanted to bring attention to. First of all, there apparently is yesterday and today a World Economic Forum special meeting on global collaboration, growth and energy for development in Saudi Arabia. So it's very interesting. This is organized around three themes: revitalizing global collaboration, a compact for inclusive growth, and catalyzing action on energy for development. These are just these vague ideas. I have no idea what that exactly means, but global cooperation should say everything. A lot of people showing up for this. That's what I find so interesting. So we've got the presidents of Rwanda and Nigeria. We've got the prime minister of Malaysia. We've got the managing director of the IMF. We've got CEO of financial services group Lazard, for some reason, also showing up there. We've got ministers from Estonia, Saudi Arabia. We've got so many, I believe the CEO of Sony Research showing up there. It's like there are a lot of people there. It's interesting. We even have someone, Sigrid Kaag, who used to be a minister, at least in the parliament and the government here in the Netherlands. Is now working for the United Nations Senior Humanitarian and Reconstruction Coordinator for Gaza. That is a mouthful. I'm sure she's getting paid generously for probably not doing a lot, but that's usually those cases. At least she's showing up for this, for the World Economic Forum. So that's interesting. That was yesterday and today. There was something else because there was a King's Day here, of course, in the Netherlands. And then we have all these humongous parties. And one of them was from a radio station called 538 here in the Netherlands. And people were only allowed to pay with using their PIN, so using a digital way of paying. And there was, let's just say, they weren't able to pay that way because there was like this interference. So everything was off. They should be paying with cash. And I think that's it's almost like a white hat influence there, showing people don't rely on all these digital things. You really need cash money as well. So they couldn't eat and drink for, I think, quite some time. That must have been a great party. Anyway, interesting. And the thing I wanted to take a look at was, I just saw that this morning there is an article here that apparently there is a proposal from Israel for a ceasefire in, of course, the Middle East. And I thought that was very interesting. So I just wanted to see what the energy was about. I do believe that changes are happening. We also saw with Israel and Iran, things are happening. I also looked at, of course, the energy of some secret deal that maybe was accomplished through white hat influences, because obviously at the top there are also white hat influence, not just dark energies. I do believe that the white hats are taking over more and more, and we're also going to see that in what's happening in the Middle East. At least that's how I see things. And the cards I've got for the ceasefire and what's happening there is the Five of Pentacles. We've got the Temperance card as the central card. We've got the Two of Pentacles in the past. We've got the Seven of Wands underneath the Temperance card. And we have for the future the Eight of Cups and the Wheel of Fortune. So this is like a karmic situation and moving away from that. So I do believe that we're going to see more and more peace coming in there. Doesn't mean that nothing is going to happen, but I have a feeling we're moving away from it. The old situation, all the old energies and things that have been happening there, I believe that are kind of running out of money. They don't have the money to do this anymore, and there's going to be more balance. I do think that the dark energies will try a few things, especially with these, try to defend and hold on to what they've got. But this card also represents to me that the white hats are in a better position in that energy there. So I think we're moving away from that awful energy that's been going on for a long, long time in that area with all the chaos and purposely, things happening. So things are changing there as well. But I don't think there's enough money anymore to continue with everything that's happening there. That's why they actually came with the proposal. Doesn't mean there's not going to be any resistance, and maybe we do know that things are going to move to the Third World War. At least that's what it's going to look like. I do not believe it will happen. It's actually going to happen, but it will look like it. I'm not sure if they're going to use this area as well for that. I have a feeling they're moving away from this area. So I think things are changing there as well. So I do believe that it's going to, how do you say that? They might talk about trying to do things. They might still, the dark energies in that area. And I'm really talking about in government, the puppets there. I'm not talking about the people of Israel. We need to step away from that. When I talk about the dark energies, I don't mean entirely everyone in Israel is dark. No. Talking about the puppets on the places, certain positions they've taken in. I think the white hats are taking more and more control and twisting and changing the narrative there. But we also know the Third World War, they're trying to create it. I think the white hats are going to use it to, that have the military step in and then take over. I don't think there's going to be a Third World War. But of course, the dark energies are going to try to create as much chaos and lower energies as much as possible to create that, because they do need that. So that's the thing I looked at for the ceasefire that they come up with, the proposal. I think it's kind of slowing down there. Not that it hasn't been happening, a lot lately. Of course, there are a few things still happening, but to be very honest, if they really wanted to use things, they would have put things in, really create awful chaos there. They would have put things in motion. Of course, with the money, they're sending money from the USA towards that. I don't think there's going to be a lot of money going that way. I think it's just a number. They're like, yeah, we're going to send that way. I don't think there's a lot going on about that. So they are kind of running out of money there. The other thing I wanted to take a look at is this week. So we have the Nine of Swords. We've got the Page of Cups and the Two of Swords. So to me, this feels is going to be quite a lot of stress, a lot of fear coming up. And it still won't be very clear where it's going to go. So really, it's what resonates with you, what feels right to you. Follow that, follow that lane. I've spoken about this last week in a video. Really pick a lane and stick to it. That's very important now, because it's going to get very chaotic. There's going to be a lot of stress, anxiety. I think we're going to see more and more, especially because I've seen some things about China moving away from the dollar, and they're already trying to create this Third World War thing. They're going to focus on that now, and I think it's going to create a lot of fear for a lot of people. So we're going to see more of that this week. I think financial things are going to come out, and it's still very unclear where it's going to go with the Two of Swords. Then I have the advice card. That is the Six of Cups. We've got the Four of Swords, and we've got the Judgment card for this week. I think more and more people have an opportunity to wake up. This is, to me, the Great Awakening card. We have the Four of Swords, so take care of yourself, take care of your health, and also look after your inner child. See what makes you happy, and follow that, because we really need to start balancing things out, not just focus on the light or just the positive. We need to also see the dark side, the shadow work, and we need to combine that. So it's the dark and the light, and combine that and balance that in ourselves. So it's important that we focus. Of course, there are still things coming up, all things we can heal, pain, anger, fear. Then, of course, that's shadow work. And then, of course, it's also important to focus on what do we want to focus on. Positive things, what makes us happy, what, the child in us wants to play, enjoy life. It's so important that we start doing that as well. So healing our pain, things that's still coming up, old things that we may still carry with us, certain convictions, but balance it with focusing on what do we want to change, how do we want things to change, where do we want to focus our energy on, because that's the most important thing. It's about our energy. So this is what we can expect for this coming week. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit more improvised, so I'll see when there's going to be a next video, and I'm going to work out things, of course, with the doggies. And this week, hope to see you in another video. Bye.